Did you know that in the past year alone, Canada welcomed over 430,000 new immigrants? That's nearly the population of a city like Halifax, added in just 12 months. While Canada has long been celebrated for its openness and diversity, this surge in immigration is beginning to transform some of the country's largest cities in ways that may surprise you. Picture this. You're in downtown Toronto, waiting for the subway. The platforms are packed, rents have soared to astronomical levels, and the waiting list for affordable housing stretches for years. Or perhaps you're in Vancouver, where skyrocketing home prices have made it feel nearly impossible for many residents to secure a place to call their own. Canada's cities are undeniably vibrant and multicultural, but they are also becoming increasingly congested, competitive, and for many, unaffordable. So, which cities are bearing the brunt of this demographic shift? What does this rapid population growth mean for those already living there, as well as for the newcomers seeking a fresh start? In today's video, we will examine the top 10 Canadian cities most impacted by this wave of immigration, from soaring housing costs to overwhelmed public transit systems. Join us as we explore the real effects of this population boom. Stick around to discover if your city is on the list and how it's been transformed by Canada's immigration surge. Chapter 10. Surrey, British Columbia. Surrey, British Columbia, might only be a short drive from Vancouver, but this city is rapidly developing a distinctive identity of its own, growing faster than almost anywhere else in Canada. Over the past decade, Surrey's population has surged, with immigration playing a pivotal role in this growth. Surrey is now one of the most ethnically diverse cities in Canada, home to large communities from South Asia, China, and the Philippines. However, this influx of newcomers is starting to place significant strain on local services. One of the primary challenges facing Surrey is overcrowding in schools and healthcare facilities. Public schools are often bursting at the seams, with some having to resort to portable classrooms to accommodate the overflow of students. The pressure on local hospitals and clinics is similarly high, with longer wait times and overtaxed resources becoming a growing issue. Then there's the housing market. Once considered a more affordable alternative to Vancouver, Surrey has seen its housing prices climb at an alarming rate. As more people move to Surrey each year, demand for both rental properties and single-family homes has surged. For many long-time residents, affordable housing seems to be slipping further out of reach. Despite these challenges, Surrey continues to be a popular destination for immigrants, thanks to its sense of community and growing employment opportunities. However, local officials are starting to ask tough questions about how sustainable this rapid growth is. Chapter 9. Mississauga, Ontario. Located just to the west of Toronto, Mississauga has quickly become one of Canada's top destinations for newcomers. Known for its strong job market, proximity to Toronto, and thriving multicultural neighborhoods, Mississauga has witnessed an explosive growth in its immigrant population over the past 2 decades. Today, more than half of Mississauga's residents are foreign-born, making it one of the most diverse cities in the country. But with this rapid growth comes a host of challenges. Perhaps the most pressing issue Mississauga faces is housing affordability. As more people flock to the city, housing prices have risen dramatically, making it increasingly difficult for both immigrants and long-time residents to find affordable homes. Once considered a cheaper alternative to Toronto, Mississauga has seen rents and home prices climb year after year, placing financial strain on many. Chapter 8. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Halifax, Nova Scotia, might seem like an unlikely contender on this list, but the city's immigration boom has reached the East Coast with remarkable force. Known for its breathtaking coastal views, rich maritime history, and welcoming atmosphere, Halifax has become an attractive option for newcomers seeking a more relaxed, affordable alternative to Canada's larger cities. Over the past few years, the city has experienced a record number of immigrants, and this rapid population growth is reshaping Halifax in both exciting and challenging ways. The relatively low cost of living has been one of the major draws for newcomers, but with the influx of people, housing prices are now climbing at a fast pace. Rental vacancies are at historic lows, and bidding wars for homes have become increasingly common. What was once considered an affordable city is now becoming financially out of reach for many. Chapter 7. Winnipeg, Winnipeg, Manitoba, known for its friendly communities and relatively affordable cost of living, has long been a destination of choice for immigrants looking for economic opportunities and a lower cost of housing compared to larger cities like Toronto and Vancouver. However, recent population growth is starting to change the city in profound ways. One of the most noticeable effects of this surge is on housing. Winnipeg was once celebrated for its affordable real estate, but with increasing demand, prices are starting to rise, and rental properties are becoming more difficult to find. For many new arrivals, this shift has made settling in Winnipeg more challenging than expected. The city's infrastructure is also under strain. Public transit and healthcare services are struggling to keep up with the growing population. This has resulted in crowded buses, longer medical appointment wait times, and schools facing higher enrollments, particularly in certain neighborhoods. Chapter 6. Edmonton, Alberta, one of the country's fastest-growing cities, has seen a significant increase in immigration over the past few years. Known for its booming oil and gas industry and its vibrant arts scene, Edmonton has become a prime destination for newcomers seeking job opportunities and a lower cost of living compared to Calgary. However, this rapid growth is starting to create challenges for the city's residents. One major effect of this population boom is urban sprawl. As more people move to Edmonton, the city is expanding outward, resulting in longer commutes and more traffic congestion. Neighborhoods on the outskirts are growing rapidly, but the infrastructure, particularly roads, public transit, and utilities, has struggled to keep pace. Housing demand is also putting pressure on the market. While Edmonton is still more affordable than many Canadian cities, the increased competition for housing is driving up rental prices and property values, making it harder for newcomers to find affordable homes. Chapter 5. Ottawa, Ontario. As the capital city of Canada, Ottawa has long been a popular destination for immigrants, thanks to its stable job market, high quality of life, and cultural diversity. Set against the picturesque backdrop of the Ottawa River, Ottawa offers a unique blend of historic charm and modern amenities. However, the city is now grappling with the challenges that come with a rapidly growing population. Housing affordability and availability are two of the most pressing issues in Ottawa. The city's real estate market has been under significant pressure in recent years, with both home prices and rents rising sharply. For many immigrants, this has made finding an affordable place to live a difficult task. With demand far outpacing supply, competition for housing is fierce, and more families are being pushed further out of the city center in search of affordable options. Public services are also struggling to keep up with the influx of new residents. Despite recent expansions to Ottawa's light rail system, public transit has not been able to fully accommodate the growing population, leading to overcrowded buses and longer commutes. Healthcare facilities are also seeing increased patient volumes, contributing to longer wait times for appointments. Chapter 4. Calgary, Alberta, known for its thriving oil and gas industry, high wages, and comparatively low cost of living, has become a major destination for immigrants seeking job opportunities and a high standard of living. However, as the city's population continues to grow, Calgary is starting to feel the strain of rapid immigration. The city's biggest challenge is housing. While Calgary remains more affordable than many other major cities, the influx of newcomers has led to increased competition for rental properties and homeownership. As more people move to the area, rental prices are starting to climb, and affordable housing is becoming scarce, particularly in neighborhoods close to employment hubs. Traffic congestion is another growing concern in Calgary. As more people drive to work, the city's highways and public transit options are feeling the pressure. The light rail transit (LRT) system, although expanding, often struggles to accommodate the increasing demand, especially during peak hours. This has led to more traffic on the roads and longer commuting times. Chapter 3. Montreal, Quebec is a city celebrated for its European charm, rich history, and cultural diversity. Recently, it's also become a major immigration destination, drawing people from all over the globe. Known for its strong tech and creative sectors, Montreal offers a mix of job opportunities, particularly for young professionals. Yet, this influx of newcomers is presenting both benefits and challenges for the city. One major issue is language. Quebec's official language is French, and proficiency in French is often a requirement for jobs and public services, which can be a hurdle for many immigrants. This language barrier can make it challenging for newcomers to integrate fully into the community and access employment opportunities. Housing affordability is also a growing concern in Montreal. While it used to be known for its affordable housing compared to cities like Toronto and Vancouver, Montreal has seen a significant increase in rent and home prices over the past few years. With demand continuing to rise, finding reasonably priced housing, especially in desirable neighborhoods, is becoming a challenge for many. Chapter 2. Toronto, Ontario. Toronto is often the first city that comes to mind when people think of Canadian immigration. As Canada's largest city and economic powerhouse, Toronto attracts people from around the world, drawn by job opportunities, a multicultural environment, and world-class amenities. But with such popularity comes some serious growing pains. One of Toronto's biggest challenges is housing affordability. The city's real estate market has become one of the priciest in North America, with both rent and home ownership costs skyrocketing. For many new arrivals, finding affordable housing is extremely difficult, and some end up commuting from the suburbs, where costs are slightly lower, but this adds to the strain on Toronto's already overburdened transit systems. Speaking of transit, public transportation in Toronto is struggling to keep up with the city's population growth. The Toronto Transit Commission, TTC, often deals with overcrowded trains and buses, and ongoing construction projects aimed at expanding the system are progressing slowly. Traffic congestion is another major issue, with commuters facing longer travel times as more cars fill the city's streets. Chapter 1. Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver, known for its stunning natural beauty and high quality of life, is one of Canada's most sought-after destinations for immigrants. The city's coastal location, mild climate, and strong job market make it especially attractive, particularly for people from Asia. However, Vancouver's popularity has come with significant costs, and the impact of immigration is felt more here than perhaps anywhere else in Canada. The housing crisis in Vancouver is well known. With some of the highest real estate prices in North America, home ownership is out of reach for many, and rental costs are equally daunting. New immigrants often struggle to find affordable housing, with demand vastly outstripping supply. Even smaller, more affordable options are highly competitive, and the cost of living in Vancouver is among the highest in Canada. The public transit system, while extensive, is also struggling to keep up. SkyTrain lines are often crowded, and buses in popular areas experience frequent overcrowding. Traffic congestion is another problem, with limited road space leading to lengthy commutes for many residents. Despite these difficulties, Vancouver's allure remains strong. Its diverse communities, vibrant cultural scene, and scenic landscapes continue to draw newcomers. The city's resilience, adaptability, and cultural richness make it a fascinating place to live, but there is growing concern that without significant changes to housing and infrastructure, Vancouver may become increasingly unaffordable for new and long-term residents alike. As you can see, the effects of Canada's rising immigration rates are complex and varied across its cities. While immigrants enrich Canada's cities with their skills, cultures, and contributions, this influx also poses challenges, especially in terms of housing, infrastructure, and public services. Each of these cities is grappling with the pressures of rapid growth in different ways, and the long-term solutions will require thoughtful planning and investment. From improving public transit to making housing more affordable, Canada's cities will need to adapt to maintain the qualities that make them so desirable in the first place. If you live in any of these cities, let us know how immigration has affected your community. Are there changes you'd like to see, or do you think your city is handling the growth well? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insights on Canada's evolving urban landscape. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.